Hey guys, the Super Review Show here for another episode of Why You Should Watch. This is our first installment of videos that I'm going to recommend a movie to you that I think you guys should watch because honestly, it's a really good movie with the director's cut. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Daredevil, the director's cut. Now, for those of you already saying, oh my god, how could you call this a great movie? Truthfully, this Ben Affleck Daredevil movie I thought was pretty darn good. The theatrical cut was one thing, but the director's cut, this cut right here, is honestly really fun, really entertaining, and I loved it quite a bit. I mean, Daredevil is my favorite Marvel hero, and we only got one movie with him from Fox, but this movie was a lot of fun. Ben Affleck, and a lot of people say when he was first announced as Batman, everyone's like, "Oh, he's gonna just be Daredevil again." Look, Ben Affleck took on Daredevil because he said, "I'm not gonna ever play." At the time, he's like, "I'm never gonna play Batman," so I figured I'd play this instead. And sure enough, he got to play Batman. But he's a sweaty Batman fan. But anyways, this movie is great. Listen. It's about Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen. It's about Elektra with Jennifer Garner. It was one of the last films we got with Michael Clarke Duncan, who was the Kingpin. He died in like 2003, if I'm not mistaken. Shortly after this movie was released. He's also in Green Mile, another great movie. But like Daredevil, this was really a great, fun movie. It kind of got overlooked quite a bit as like the Marvel films got better and better. But this was unfortunately in the era of like the Fantastic Four was in production. The first one, the X-Men 3 was coming out in a couple years later, like Spider-Man. This was not a good time for super movies. This was kind of like the first one out of the gate that people were like, whatever. But honestly, if you look back at that era of superhero films, without films like this, or Fantastic Four, or X-Men 3, or Spider-Man 3, or even X-Men Origins Wolverine, without that era, we would not have gotten The Dark Knight. We would not have gotten Iron Man. We would not have gotten Captain America, the First Avenger. We would not have gotten the Avengers. And these are staple comic book movies now that people love. But this one had to come out of the gate first. And also, they were going to do an R-rated film, a reboot at one point of this movie. Because they were talking about doing it before the rights reverted back to Marvel, because Fox just could not get a film done in time. They were like, look, we're going to lose Daredevil, let it go back to Marvel, whatever. But this is the movie that they made. And I like it quite a bit. Is it a masterpiece? No. Is it fun? Yeah, it's fun for the most part. I like it. He's a blind lawyer. He is, he's Matt Murdock. This is the movie. What's his name? Colin Farrell played Bullseye. He's now playing Penguin in the new Batman movie. Awesome. But this, I like this movie quite a bit. It was a fun movie. It was not that bad. People diss it to this day, but some people are like, you know what? Looking back at it, I thought it was fun. I thought that it was very, 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 very 2003. But I liked it. Overall, I liked it. But why should you watch Daredevil, the director's cut? Well, without this movie, we would not have gotten the rights reverted back to Marvel because Fox was going to make a reboot at one point. Fox was going to make another movie, but they never got it made. So the rights just went back to Marvel as it is. Then we got the Daredevil Netflix show, which is now coming to like Disney Plus or Hulu. I talked about it the other day. That's fine. But this movie I thought was great. The casting of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, that's how they met and got married, truthfully, as a Hollywood couple. They got divorced like 10 years later, but whatever. They met on set of this movie. And yes, the special effects are 2003. Yes, the story. But the story's great. Mark, what's the guy's name? Mark Steven Johnson. I thought he did a fantastic job, truthfully. This Daredevil movie was a lot of fun. The one thing that I do not like about this movie, truthfully, is the teeter-totter. This is a very early 2000s thing with movies. Why did they do this? Why? They did a teeter-totter like fight scene between Elektra and Daredevil, or Matt Murdock and Jennifer Garner's Elektra. There was it wasn't that good at all. That was probably the weakest part of the whole movie. But overall, the movie was, if you take out that one scene, it's still a great movie. If you take out that one teeter-totter awful scene, I would call this movie a great movie. I will call it a fun comic book movie, truthfully. I know a lot of people might disagree with me, but as a fan of The Man Without Fear that much, I love it. It's a great, fun movie for 2003. If you look at it as a product of its time, truthfully, it makes more sense. But that's me. And the fight between Daredevil and Bullseye at the end was really great. And the Kingpin fight as well was cool too. Fantastic. Like I said, it's a fun movie. So aside from all that, I believe you should watch Daredevil because it's the only live action movie we've gotten thus far of The Man Without Fear. Charlie Cox has gone on to say that he would love to play the character again in a movie. And based on Spider-Man, spoiler for the people who have not seen Spider-Man No Way Home, get on it. Matt Murdock's in the movie. The Daredevil that we got in the Netflix show is in the movie. And that was the biggest surprise of that movie, truthfully, for me, aside from knowing that Toby and Andrew were going to be in it. But look, Charlie Cox wants to play Daredevil in a movie, but the movie we got already I think is great, and that's that. So are you a fan of Daredevil the movie? Do you like this movie? Have you not seen it? I mean, have you not even heard of it? Jump down in the comment section below, share your thoughts on this, and there's some reasons why you should watch Daredevil the movie. I love it quite a bit, but I've gone into my reasons why. Thank you so much for watching this video. You guys are outstanding. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. So simply follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Super Review Show. Like us on Facebook and hit the bell for notifications. But for all of you why you should watch videos, keep it locked on The Super Review Show. The J-Man is off the rock. We'll see you guys later.